Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. So, today I wanted to talk about this. I often get some people questioning like this whole indifference thing, and I'm trying to ignore my symptoms. So today's topic is going to be indifference versus ignoring symptoms. So I'll clarify that in a minute. Hope everybody's doing great. Welcome to Tuesday. Thanks for watching. If you like these videos, hit the red subscribe button on YouTube. Give it a thumbs up on Facebook. Like, share. If anybody you know could benefit by these videos, let them know about it. Good place to send them is dansyoutube.com. And that will take them right to my YouTube channel and the video page. And in reverse chronological order, there's all my videos. So the most recent one's at the top. So, ignoring versus, or indifference versus ignoring symptoms. Reverse the order there. So let's talk about these two terms. Ignoring is making believe it doesn't exist. La 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 la, I'm not listening, right? You can ignore people on the phone. They text you, you don't text them back. They call you, goes to voicemail. You don't call them back, right? And ignoring is kind of like, as it relates to symptoms, you can't. You're going to notice them. Trying to ignore your symptoms is just an exercise in frustration because you're like, I'm supposed to ignore them and I can't. I still see them, I still hear them, I still feel them, I still know they're there. Okay? So that automatically kind of puts you into a mode of, this isn't going to work because I'm supposed to ignore my symptoms. No, you're not. It's not possible, so don't even try to ignore your symptoms. So now, that comes to the other term, indifference. Indifference basically means unbothered or of little to no concern. So indifference to symptoms, a lot of people go, you're nuts, Dan. They hurt too much. How can I possibly be indifferent? And I get it. So if you're struggling to be indifferent, excuse me, if you're struggling to be indifferent, take that off the table. Don't try to be indifferent, because if you just walk around saying, I don't care about my symptoms, I don't care, I really don't care, but you're really aggravated, that doesn't get you anywhere either. Authenticity matters. So, in a video, young guy, Danny, success story, he started talking about how he just made a commitment to be less bothered by the symptoms. Right? I've been using that word, less bothered, or unbothered, right? So look, indifference seems very unattainable for somebody who is deep in the struggle, who has symptoms that are really poking at you, right? So take indifference off the table for now, and just make your objective. Wow, long day. Well, it is 11 o'clock at night, so sorry about the yawns, folks. Make your objective to be less bothered by the symptoms today than you were yesterday. And tomorrow, less bothered than you were today. Now look, there's going to be some days when the symptoms really come along and grab you by the collar and go, hey, pay attention. And in those cases, you're going to be more bothered than you might have been yesterday. But overall, work on being less bothered by them. Now, yesterday I did a video on, your response to symptoms being one of the leading ways that you can convey safety, or if you respond with fear, panic, despair, and all that stuff, you're conveying danger. So you can choose to be less bothered. And all this really is standing on the foundation, which I talk about all the time. What causes symptoms? The brain perceiving danger, right? What causes symptoms? The brain, right? Not the body. The brain is perceiving danger. Does that apply to you? Do the assessments, chapter 6 of my book. painfreeyoubook.com, Amazon in the U.S., or just go to your local or regional Amazon website. It's also available on barnesandnoble.com. I think even walmart.com is carrying it right now. It's not in the stores yet, but it's on those websites. Some people don't like buying from Amazon. But walmart.com and barnesandnoble.com. Kind of cool. Indifference versus ignoring. Indifference is, so what? Whatever. I don't care that I have symptoms. It's only possible if you know what causes them and that applies to you. Because if you still think your body's broken, good luck trying to convince your brain that you don't care. If you think you've got some bulging or herniated disc or something going on physically that's causing the pain, it's going to be really tough to teach the brain that you're unbothered, that you're not concerned. It's just foundationally, you got to get to the point where you understand the cause and have made the big decision to accept that this is a mind-body condition. Super important. So ignoring, it's not possible. You just can't do it. So don't try. You're just going to get frustrated. And that's why I try to be really specific about not setting goals that are unattainable. Right? Years ago, when I first started these videos, I would say, don't freak out. And what would happen anytime somebody would be freaking out? They'd go, I'm never going to get better because I'm still freaking out. Okay. So let's make the objective and the target more attainable. Freak out less. Freak out less than you were previously, which is where I'm going with the be less bothered than you have been. And it's easier to do that when you know what causes symptoms and that's what's going on with you. See how that works? That foundation is so important. So don't worry about ignoring symptoms. Not possible. And if indifference or being unbothered is really seems out of reach, take it off the table. But look to be less bothered. Be a little bit more indifferent today than you were yesterday. And if I can do body language for what indifference and unbothered looks like, it's this. Don't care. So what? Whatever. And if you think, how can you possibly get to that point where you don't care about your symptoms? They're temporary. They're mind-body. They are reversible. They're coming from a brain that's operating on misinformation and fear. And when you correct the misinformation, that helps neutralize the fear. And with a consistent response to symptoms, with a clarity, I know what that is. It applies to me. And I'm capable of doing this work here. So if you can respond to symptoms with that level of clarity and being unbothered, or as much towards unbothered as you can get, you're going to start to notice that your symptoms are going to naturally start to reduce. And eventually, they will disappear. And it's fascinating. I see people getting better all the time. Just read through, the book reviews on Amazon. Amazon.com, search for Pain Free You, or by my name, Dan Buglio, and read the book reviews. So many of them are mini success stories of people who are doing so much better. Some already completely better, but just wanted to buy the book to support me and also hear what I had to say, in case they might need it in the future or somebody they know might need it. So, ignoring versus indifference. There is a difference. Ignoring is impossible. Indifference is attainable, but gradually. But don't worry about trying to ignore your symptoms. Because people hear indifference and they think, I'm supposed to ignore the symptoms. I got it. That's a conclusion that a lot of people come to, but I don't think I've ever made the recommendation. The way to get better is to ignore your symptoms. Almost 2,300 videos. As a matter of fact, 5 days from now, I'll hit 6 years in a row, daily videos without missing a day. I think it's like something like 2,390 or 2290. I forget the exact number. I'd have to get out the calculator. But 6 years straight will be happening on the 29th of March. That's when I started these daily videos. So, I love you folks. Clearly, I'm doing my best to help you out. A lot of people are getting better. This stuff works, folks. It absolutely does. So take a deep breath. Know that you're in the right place. Know that you're capable of teaching your brain that you're okay. And we do that by starting by correcting the misinformation, and that will help neutralize the fear. And then it gets easier from there. I'm not saying this stuff is easy. I never will. But it's possible. And when you commit to this process, it's not just possible to get better. It's probable that you will get better. It's predictable that you will get better. It's proven. And, I've said it before. It's your turn. So dig in, folks. I'll be here every day for you. And if you need more help, consider the group coaching. This way we can have one-on-one conversations. Yes, it's in a group format, but, you'll get your chance to raise your hand and have a conversation and get advice and recommendations, and you'll get the support of the group. So go to painfreeyougroup.com. Give it a try. You can cancel anytime. It's $100 a month. But I do 16 group calls a month. They run 3 hours each. Now, you don't have to show up to them all. You don't have to show up to them for a week. No, you don't. You can show up as you want to or need to get your questions answered. Pop in and out as you need to. We record the calls, and, if you'd like to listen to them on replay to hear what other people are asking and the coaching that they're receiving, that can be very beneficial, even if you don't ask a question. So give it a thought. But everything that you need is in these daily videos. It's in my Fast Start playlist, dansfaststart.com. By the way, the links to all these resources are in the description of the video. Definitely on YouTube, and starting to post them on the Facebook in the description as well. So all the resources that you need are there. So I appreciate you. Don't try to ignore your symptoms. That's impossible. But move towards being more indifferent over time, less bothered over time. And if you're in deep panic right now, start by freaking out less, panicking less, moving towards being less bothered. Those things are attainable. Baby steps, folks. You don't realize if you can be 1% less bothered, 1% better each day, in 100 days, you're 100% better. That's not that far. And I think we can get better sooner than that with consistency, clarity. I'm not broken. I'm not sick. Got a scared brain. So, going to wrap it up here. Love you, folks. And as always, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.